follow you guys.
Taxi unit is the most dangerous unit. You'll either get stoned or shot.
Listen me carefully. We're not fighting now.
There's definitely a threat on your life.
Oh my gosh.
When starting this video, I never expected it to take such a turn. What you're about to see is the most mind-bending story I've ever witnessed. It's by far the scariest but most necessary video I've ever made.
Or is that a cop? What do I do? No. What? Call Jared.
I think they saw like this guy shooting the video, so
I've spent my life in South Africa and we've been brought up to fear taxi drivers. They aren't like regular taxis in the rest of the world. Our taxis look like this, and they're responsible for transporting 70% of the population to get to work. They are known for driving like crazy, cutting you off in traffic, speeding, driving on the wrong side of the road, peddling illegal firearms, driving under the influence, and overall just disregarding the law. One thing you're always told is to never hoot at them or get into an altercation, as chances are they have a gun. They're responsible for...
One thing you should know is like not all of them are not all of them though are like this. Like there are some who are very good, so just as a disclaimer, like I want everybody to know not all of them are this savage or like do all these things to break the law.
For violent attacks against Uber drivers, for burning buses and trains, for stealing their passengers, and shutting down the city with their protests. However, in just one day without minibus
they can crash you if you
South
steal their
Africa would
passengers.
lose over $160 million, which is 2.1 billion rand due to the millions of workers stranded, as well as millions of children out of school, and bring major sectors of the economy to a near standstill. In this video, I'll be diving deep into the taxi industry and going into some of the most dangerous places in the world to uncover the truth by getting real insight into a $2.2 billion.
It's crazy. Like recently, it's very funny. Like I just got the idea to shoot this kind of videos just yesterday in the evening, and then I started this channel today, and I'm shooting this video today. Cause like 3 days ago, like this guy was telling me there are places over here where the like Uber drivers especially and both drivers are scared of taxi drivers because like when they see you in the car, they will just check your phone. Like if you have the app on your phone, they just stop you, like they will take the passenger from you and all that. But for me, I haven't seen it though. Like I haven't witnessed it. All I know is like you can pick somebody if you are both or like you're an Uber driver. You can pick somebody at their station. Cause like for me, even me, like I think it's wrong to like pick somebody at their station. Cause the person went to the station to board a taxi, not to pick a boat. So for that one, yeah.
Industry that's been operating under the radar for the last 38 years.
In Nyanga, 2 Cape Town taxi owners have been shot dead.
Gunshots were exchanged between the warring parties.
They were shooting at each other. We have recovered 20 firearms.
This is just one side we are constantly told by the media, so I want to find out if these taxi drivers are a safe necessity for the economy, or if they are violent mobsters that should be feared and put behind bars. I have somebody that I can speak to who understands this a lot better. And that's my friend Bravo. He's from the township area where the taxi drivers operate out of. Some of these areas are extremely dangerous, but through him I'll be able to hopefully get connected to the really big taxi bosses, as he is very connected. How's it, bro? I want to make a new video, but now you told me if this is very dangerous or not. Okay. I want to make it.
But like that, one thing you should know is like not all of them are this though. I'll keep saying it. Because they are very good taxi drivers out there.
Yeah. That's a tough call. It's very sensitive industry, and it's gonna cost us a lot. It may cost us our lives as well. Do you have a specific person in mind?
Yeah, you should know like you are intruding on their privacy.
But like, let me get
you know you are intruding on their privacy.
Brother, thanks, G.
Okay.
This is gonna be one hell of a scary video to make. While I waited to hear back from Bravo on the taxi boss's side of things, I decided to go down the government.
And one advantage Bro has is he's white, like so he's not gonna get so much threatened.
I
don't know, that's color
Alan Windy, who is the premier of the governing body in the Western Cape. All I want to find out from his side is I need to get like his understanding of it from a big overview of like running an entire state. If you can send me his number, that'll be great.
But I think this guy Sean Comics came to South Africa and did this kind of video. He was working like in the ghettos and like going to the most dangerous places, and he's black, so I think it depends on the video you're shooting and how you shoot a video and how like you are telling a story. So your story tells everything.
Messages, we just say just let me know when you're free on Thursday.
Okay, thanks so much. So I just got the number for the premier of the DA of the entire Western Cape, which is the state.
So we know what's
And
going
that
on
is
now.
as
So let's
high
just
up
forward
as
it to
I can get for information.
where.
So, making leeway one step at a time. Now I'm gonna message Alan Wendy, and then I'll see.
Let's forward it to where they started music.
It's really not easy, that I can promise you.
I've emailed like every single taxi service to try and like get through it that way, but I haven't gotten any leads there. Just shut down. Okay, another message from Bravo.
He's one of the most respected guys in the industry. But unfortunately, he's
In jail. To sum that up, you got Bravo, then you've got.
Okay, so now like he's making the calls to get into the taxi industry. So let's go to where he gets into the taxi industry and see the action. We are not here to watch the talks. If you want the original video, go to the link in the description below.
What to do now, bro? Until I got this email. It's just past 4 a.m. and I'm about to go in undercover squad cars with the police to patrol the highway and see how it works. Now that I've experienced what it's like to be inside a unregulated taxi, it'll be great to be inside of a regulated police vehicle. Look how misty it is. This is like where you usually don't want to be. Places just
One
full
thing
of
about Cape
traffic
Town is like
cops.
it's very windy. And I think the weather over there like is very terrible.
I then
like.
met up with Inspector Besaidenoot, who leads the
The weather over
taxi
there
task
too
team where they
severe.
patrol the roads, mainly looking for taxis operating illegally.
We're waiting now. The police are doing a briefing over there, and we don't have bulletproof vests, and they will have bulletproof vests. Apparently there's a lot of shootings and stuff.
This is the most dangerous traffic task team to be a part of due to the volatility of the taxi drivers, in most cases leading the officers on high-speed chases and into the township areas where they are met with gunfire.
So in one morning, how many impounds do you reckon you do?
But I don't think I don't know the reason why a person like should get into trouble for like with taxi I think taxi cops or whatever, like road traffic cops, because the thing is when they get you, the only thing they'll give you is like they'll put some money on you, like so that you go and pay. So I don't know why like you should like drive away or run away like, for you to be shot at or chased.
About 50 easy.
50.
In the evening, with darkness, it's a base. Element of surprise.
And just like that, it literally took him 3 minutes to find the first suspect.
We're gonna pull this one over.
You stay in the car.
No, you can get up to one. Give your driver's license, pick a piece, and your permit.
See down the road there's another vehicle pulled over.
So you're off route. We are going to impound your van.
Okay.
Bro, this video is so dangerous. What boy is doing is very, very dangerous, bro.
Stop up. Well, he's only dropping it off now. He's not picking him up again.
This is 65,000 rand.
Do you have to pay it then and there? Or
No, he's going to go to jail.
I think we're going to go and get and see another.
And the money is being 55,000 rand, bro. I understand the reason why people run away or people drive away. That's crazy, bro. 50-something thousand. Where's bro gonna like? Where's bro going to get this money from? 50-something thousand, like 54,000, 55,000. Like, where is he gonna get it? Cause like in a day they don't even make like 1,000. I'm not sure they even make like 1,000. It's very difficult for them to make like 1,000 or 1,000, like above 1,000. So where is he gonna get that money? And they have to buy food from that 1,000. They have to buy food from that 1,000. Bro, that's crazy. They have to like allow their hands some money, and then bro, it's crazy.
No, I'm charging him now.
And looking for what?
And I'm going to suspend his car as well, because his car's got no headlights, no taillights. You have to physically go drive in the Yangang. There you don't do a traffic stop. Yes, I mean, the chances of you getting shot is about 99%.
Really?
No way. So I ran it through the police now. Police say this thing is still positively stolen and circulate on the system. So then I'll put the hands back, please. Like I said, we've got no mercy when it comes to this. At the end of the day, it's your job.
As much as there is law that has to be enforced, I just can't help thinking that some of these men are just fathers trying to support their families. After a new wave of conflicted emotions, I realized once again the importance.
I like bro's camera, like he's using a Sony camcorder. And I think like I like that one, the camcorder he's using. And like he's gonna make like camcorders are very simple to use, so
Importance of telling the story. So it's time to dive right back in. I understand now why the route I took in the beginning to make contact with the head of the entire taxi industry, Mandla Hermanus, was wrong, and why I got turned away. And this is because the media just extorts them for negative stories. However, I have a new approach, which is to speak to the person one under Mandla and win his trust over first. And if I can do this, I know that through Alan Windy, I can get in with the main head of crime and traffic law enforcement, JP Smith. Basically, in essence, these two are the rivals on top of all this chaos. And then I'll finally have the answer to the ultimate question, which is, are the taxis the best solution for transport when looking at the economy as well as safety, or are they just violent mobsters that should be put behind bars? Okay, now time to meet the person one underneath Mandla, Mr. Nkululeko, the PRO for Carter, and this meeting means it's back to Nyanga for me.
Can't believe I'm going back to Nyanga. I thought the last time would be my last time.
Well, shout out to this guy. What's the name? What's the name of this channel? Denmark or Dan Mace, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And this video like took like this video can take like a month, or it takes more than a month. I think it will take like maybe 6 months or 5 months to do like all this investigation and all these videos. He put it together and it became like 30 minutes 58 seconds. Shouts to like that.
And I've got no escort this time.
W Dan Mace, bro. W for this video.
That they fucking put me in the last time. Look at this.
Bro, the people like this are like real content creators, and people like this are those are like who needs to make more money on YouTube. Bro, this is crazy, bro. This is like more than an investigation.
A week ago, this is where
it's an investigation and a documentary at the same time.
Everybody seems a little bit more laid back. I don't know if it's because we've gone through like the right chain of command. Might be wrong though. The goal is to get to Mandla, and I've got to get through this to get to Mandla.
Yeah. Kululeko, Kata PRO, pleased to meet you, Dan.
Good to meet you. Would you say that the impounding is like one of the major problems?
People are out of business because of impounding. Yeah. Just ask yourself why the Western Cape is so passionate about impounding our events. This business was established by the black person, and then it is run successfully by the black person. The government always wants to see how do we run this business so successfully. This business is not subsidized. It is run from the pocket of a certain individual. There might be wrongdoings here and there, but we want this industry to be respected by the community as well as the government, of which is not easy under these circumstances that we are facing at this point in time. Remember, the taxi, there's a lot of people that are fed by that taxi. You look at the driver's got a wife and kids. Bro. There's a car wash that needs to be fed by that driver. There's ladies that are selling stuff at the taxi rank. That taxi doesn't only belong to the owner. That taxi is feeding a lot of people, of which the government we believe is failing to do that.
Thank you so much for your time. That was really, really great. I was able to get Mandla's number, which is good. I'm a taxi boss.
You too.
After my experience so far, I've come to realize the devastation that is caused to so many lives when a taxi is impounded or destroyed. My question here is,
what's the meaning of impounding? Like impounding. Let me just search the word impounding and see. Impounded. Impound. Impounding. Cause like they are saying like impound, seize or take legal custody. Oh, okay. So like bros has been seizing things, seizing the taxis or something like that.
Getting impounded. Is the system actually working in improving the taxi driving behavior, and why are taxis being torched in these ranks? To understand this further and finally wrap up all these questions, I need to speak with the highest form of authority on both sides. And now that I've set up a meeting with Mandla, I set up a meeting with JP Smith, the man responsible for safety and security in the city of Cape Town.
JP Smith seems like quite an intense person. This is like the definitive one side. Oh my, bro, yeah, all the taxis. There's so many.
I was told to meet JP at the main impound lot.
Bro, it's
where all
crazy.
the
Like, why
taxis
should
are
you be taking
taken,
somebody's
and as I
car or
walked
like
in, I
taking
noticed
people's
a
car?
long line of people waiting.
You guys
Doesn't
have
make
to
sense,
take
bro.
impounded taxis. They're impounding lots of taxis.
All the time, every. I think what's happening here in Western Cape, they're just making money on us. You see, that one, I supposed to pay 15,000. That's why I
That's
told you now,
crazy,
my
bro.
one was pounded on November.
That's
it's only
crazy,
now
bro.
that I have money to come to fetch it.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
Dan. Thanks, guys.
It's crazy, bro. Like, taking taxi from people, like, just to pay. Oh, so if it seems like so if you are caught on the road and like you don't have things, like you are given a fine. So if you're not able to pay the fine, then like the fine is gonna be like piled up onto some time, and then when it's piled up into some time and like it's too much, or it's like they are fed up, they come and like that's where the impounding happens.
The whole journey has been so eye-opening. I guess that's why I'm so nervous to interview JPs, because I've heard from the one side, now I'm hearing from the other side, and my brain's just going crazy, and it's like so conflicted with all these different narratives.
I then met JP and he showed me around the impound, where vehicles either have a short stay before their owners pay the 15,000 Rand release fee or meet their final resting place due to owners not having the funds to pay. However, as witnessed on my drive along, a lot of these taxis are being impounded for driving off route. So to understand more, I sat down with JP to discuss how everything works.
Bro, this is crazy. Like, how can like it, bro? So like it's like when you're driving off route, like they take the car from you, and you have to pay, bro. And like these are huge sums of money. Like, why? Just because the person like is driving off road. Okay, let's see like how it happens.
Their
Like,
main complaint is saying that the only reason for the impounding is to make money. Is what would the response be?
Vehicles impounded in terms of the National Land Transportation Act. This is the designated pound. We are expanding it now. We will have additional such pounds. None of the money that comes out of the impoundment comes back to the traffic department. So it's absolutely not about the money. It is absolutely about the driving behavior. If a taxi takes offense to you, it is not uncommon to see a taxi driver get out and come and smash a window in or assault another driver. This happens all too frequently.
yeah, bro. Like sometimes bros might know like you should control your temper or you should control yourself. Sometimes like people like are angry before they come out of their house. People are facing troubles. People are having trauma. People are having like pressure. People are having stress, and like because of that, like they can't control themselves, and then like with those emotions, they go ahead and like transfer it to others by like showing like bad attitude, and then like bad way of driving, and people get out from the cars and crash people's car, like hit people's car and all that, and all these things cause the impounding. So I think like bros must be able to like control themselves, their anger and all that, and I think like this could also help like reduce it a little bit, and then like bros must follow the rules, bro. It's crazy. How could you like, okay, let's see like you are driving, you get to a place where there is a stop and go, like there's no traffic light, so you must just like wait. The first car who got there must go before you also pass. But if you get there and like you want to pass and then the person is also going there, it means there's gonna be an accident. So when they watch the CCTV, you'll be in trouble, and that's where the empowerment comes in. So in some way, like, bro,
JP then explained the main two reasons for taxi impounds are either driving without a permit or driving off the route declared by their permit. The government tries to regulate the taxi industry by providing taxis permits to ride on a specific route. This aims to eliminate other associations driving on another's route. However, as seen in this video, that obviously doesn't work because of where these taxi drivers live. Some of them literally have to cross the road that they're not allowed to drive on just to pick up passengers. The war of power and control of these routes are always driven by the
that one happens a lot,
which
like,
often
it happens
ends
a lot.
up in bloody battles needing to be stopped by law enforcement officers.
Police have come to me and said there is definitely a threat on your life. The hitman.
And I think like the driving system over here is crazy, bro. And I think these people like one thing is these people doing these things. Not all the taxi drivers are doing this. And like most people see a lot of people doing this, so they think all the taxi drivers are doing this. There are good taxi drivers outside there. There are good ones over there, and like most of them I pick for me especially, like most taxis I pick, like they are good drivers, and like they do good stuff. Like they wait for the robots to be green before they go. They stay in their lane. Like they drive slowly. They don't like drive any like recklessly and all that. And I think like others too I see on the road, like a person like may just stop on the road and I be talking to another person on the road, and then all the cars behind them must wait for them to finish talking or talk about whatever they are talking about, and then they'll move again. And there's no traffic. They are just causing traffic over there. People are going to work. Some people are very late. A person might be even sick and be in a car to a hospital, and you know this, you waste their time or delay their time, and then like maybe the person like will be no more just because of your
to kill you is already here. If you know it to be the right thing to do, you will do it. If the city does not impound, the consequence is a taxi war.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm not going to take any more of your time.
No problem.
And I really appreciate
that's crazy.
it.
That's true, bro.
Keeps on getting bigger.
I mean, like somebody calling somebody, they are both
Now I
angry,
wonder no
and they're
one's
gonna
made
fight each
phone
other.
about this
It's gonna cause a problem.
Looking back, it's really hard to explain how deeply this journey has affected me. I've made real friendships on both sides of a broken, violent system. People who have welcomed me into their lives with open arms and unfiltered truth. As a filmmaker, I'm supposed to stay neutral. But how do you stay impartial when you've seen the cost of corruption through someone else's eyes? Tomorrow is the final day of filming, and maybe, just maybe, I'll find the missing piece. The glimpse
Like,
of hope that the system
before we
can
continue this
change,
video, I'll
and
say
the
kudos to
pain
this guy.
carried through every
The editing is
interview, every
crazy, bro.
street corner might
The storytelling, the
finally make
editing,
sense.
everything in this
I
video is
spent all of
crazy.
last night
Shouts to
writing
this guy,
8
Dan Mas,
very, very
Dan Mace.
intense questions. These questions can
He's
be
a
pushing a
support.
little bit too hard. However, this is what will sum up this whole film. I do feel that it's very fair, but I am nervous. I don't want this to take a wrong turn. We are about to pull up to Mandela Hermanus's main office. This documentary is also... Oh my god, whoa. Taxi almost knocked into me. Ironically. Can you imagine getting knocked out by a taxi like right
Bro is
outside?
glazing.
Yeah.
Bro is glazing
Last
for this one. Bro is
question
glazing,
what will
bro.
sum up this entire film.
This guy is
I just
glazing.
don't know if he's gonna answer it or not. What's crazy is there's like, now we in this like controlled building. Like we're going from like the informal settlements and now we in like this very big building. The main, the tip top. Man, they're great to meet you. We made it. Setting up for Mandela's interview. Everything in here is like very organized. What would you say the real reason behind the reoccurring violence within the taxi industry? Is it the turf wars or is it the lack of regulation?
It starts with the turf wars, and it starts with sometimes it's a bigger
That's crazy,
association wanting to take over a route that belongs to a small association. There's no requirement for Santaco to give input to say whether the department can or cannot issue an operating license. So that relationship is always between the taxi operator and the Department of Transport. We actually
That's
wrote
crazy,
to the
bro.
city of Cape Town
So
to
like
say,
the taxi
please
like
have
organizations
cameras
are
around the taxi
fighting each other.
but that has still not happened. Over 100 minibus taxi operators killed in 1 year.
Wow.
So I don't think our lives matter that much to government.
Sure.
Yeah, so they are not
That's crazy,
bothered.
bro.
What is like a better system?
That's
look
crazy,
like?
bro. Like
The impoundment,
they kill each other just
it
because
has
of the
not
weight.
changed
And how much do they
the
make?
driving
That's
behavior,
crazy.
but it
How much
has
do they make?
punished the operators and made millions for the city. If as Santaco, we can actually have a control room to monitor the driving behavior.
Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, why do like these taxi drivers kill each other? Like, how much are they making that they're killing each other, bro? How much do taxi drivers? How much do taxi drivers make in South Africa? How much do the average South African annual salary for taxi driver is around 144,000, which translates to roughly 75 rand per hour. Entry level positions start approximately per year 138,000 rand per year, while experienced drivers can earn to 360,000 annually. Oh, that's crazy, bro. They don't make it too much, bro. Per day. Let's see how much they make per day. 1,200. Bro, that's crazy. So we clean each other like for 1,200 a day. bro. And it's not like every day like you're gonna make this money. Around 800 to 1,800. Oh, this is crazy.
Because
it's quite
as
some
soon
money
as
though. It's
drivers
quite some
start
money,
to
but like,
realize
bro,
that their actions are
you
being
don't need to kill each
monitored,
other for this.
that's when their behavior changes. That's when our vehicles become safe. It was a program called Blue Dot, and it did exactly that.
The Blue Dot program was a Western Cape government initiative to improve minibus taxi safety, reliability, and professionalism. Taxis were fitted with trackers to monitor driving behavior, and operators earned financial incentives for safe driving. The program reduced accidents and improved commuter satisfaction, but it ended due to funding constraints, despite positive impacts.
These things could be done with half the money that goes to the bus companies, and they get 1.3 billion every year. Which one is more valuable, to give 1.3 billion to a company that operates 1,300 buses than giving $500 million to an industry of 16,000 taxis that are transporting 70% of the people you are supposed to subsidize as government? Yeah.
I don't envy your job, eh? It must be so difficult. Sure, but I just wanted to say, yeah, thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, that was great. It's crazy how scared I was before going
crazy,
in,
bro.
and then meeting Mandla, and he's just so open, and he just wants to share his side of the story and head back.
Yeah, that's how life is. Like, once you want to do something, you'll be scared. Your mind will tell you, okay, this is dangerous. This is this. This is that. And it's like, but like once the thing happens, you see, no, there's nothing like dangerous in it, and like you can even do like more risky things, and like those risky things you think are risky are not risky. You need to do those things which you can't do every day. Like you might do something new,